Welcome back to another episode of Life Talk with Shell. If this is your first time viewing videos on this channel, welcome and thank you for joining us. If you're a returning visitor, thank you so much for coming back. So, they tell me that the world is opening back up. I have a lot of thoughts on that. I personally feel like it's too soon and all of those things. But I won't go into that because that's not what this video is about. What this video is not getting distracted by the world opening back up. And what I mean is a lot of us have enjoyed this time off of work. We have enjoyed the quarantine time, or not so much as maybe not enjoyed, but we have learned how to adapt. We have started doing home improvement projects, working on our credit, saving money, whatever that you were doing, pulling things off your vision board and doing those things, spending time with your family, learning how to do things for yourself, learning how to do your hair, your nails, all of those different things, and just and then some of us have learned how to take me time, have understood that this time means, hey, let's slow down, let's rest, let's, put some things in perspective. On the other hand, some people have not. Some people are itching to get back out, to eat at the restaurants, go to the bars, watch sports or go to the club, whatever. They're trying to get back to what they feel is normal. But let me tell you, what we were doing every day, being busy, not having time for our spouse, not having time for our children, not having time for ourselves, that was not normal. That's abnormal behavior because there was no work-life balance. You were just running around to and fro, like the old people say, just running amok, just all over the place, living an abnormal life. And God said, okay, I'm going to slow everything down. I'm going to take away all of the things that you feel you need that is really a distraction, and I'm going to shut it down in hopes that you would see what you really need to be doing, where you really need to be focused on, what your priorities should be. For those of us who have taken the time to self-reflect and taken the time to, be with ourselves like we talked about in the last video and unpack some things about us, and you're just ready to, do all the stuff that you're called to do. Don't get distracted when the world opens back up. Keep your mind on your goals. It is very important to adapt whatever or take whatever routine you have adapted in this quarantine time, in this shelter in place time, or whatever it is. Take that and apply it to the life when businesses open back up and you can go to the malls and things like that. Take your new plan of life over to this side, and then try to focus more on not being distracted. Find out what was distracting you. You have not lived for 4 weeks or so without some of these things, so you can't tell me that you cannot live without them. It's some things that I know that you might miss, but it's some things that you're not. If you have incorporated spending more time with your family, going for walks, y'all walking the dog, or y'all just walking around the neighborhood, continue with that. Do not get back in that same cycle of, work, school, home, work, school, home, eat, sleep, nothing. You wasn't doing anything. You wasn't taking any time with yourself, any time with your family. And this time has afforded you to do those things, to, work on your goals and your visions, to save your money. If you have planned, maybe it's time for you to buy a home, and this time has given you this particular situation have given you the time to sit down and work a plan out, how you need to save, what you need to do, how your credit needs to be, what you're actually looking at in terms of buying a home. This time has let you, get your money together, or even start investing money, learning how to invest money. Some of you guys are going back to school. Some of you are gardening, okay? Planting, bell peppers and onions and going on, because you just didn't really have time. Repainted your house, build things outside. You have really done things that you would never have gotten a chance to do on a normal basis. Don't let the world opening distract you from that. Do not be in a hurry to get back to a life that you really didn't even like. You really didn't even like it. If you would be honest with yourself, how many times did you say, oh, I need to be I'm so tired. Oh, I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that. Everything is just getting on my nerves, and I really want to, sit down and write a book. I really want to sit down and do a budget. I really want to sit down. All these things you really want to do. Now you have the time to do it, and you've been probably doing it just because you didn't have nothing else to do. But soon as you have something else to do, you forget about that. It's like, It's like, I saw a meme. Somebody put it on Facebook a long time ago. It said how those taste buds change when that direct deposit hit. It's just like you didn't have any money all week, eating, ramen noodles and all this stuff, and taking sandwiches to work and all those things. And the moment that you get paid, you take yourself to Papa Do's somewhere for lunch. Cause now it's like, oh, okay, I'm not broke, or I got some money, I'm just go here. It's the same thing with this. You've adapted to this. You've actually liked the lifestyle that you have gotten, and you feel good about yourself, and you're doing all these things. And when they open up the world, you'll forget that this was actually a good thing for you, and you'll find yourself back into the busyness of the world. And that's dangerous, because you may even start doing more things than you done before because you haven't had the chance to do it. And you don't want your family, your spouse, your children to think that, oh, my mom, my dad was just spending time with me because they didn't have no other choice. Oh, we did family night because we didn't have any other choice. You don't want them to feel like that. Because would you want to feel like that? Like somebody was just using you and just doing something to pass the time away because they didn't have anything else to do? No, you don't want that. Again, don't let the world opening up distract you. That's going to be detrimental to the hard work that you've put in during this time. Now, I'm the first to say, I don't really watch what's going on. I don't keep my TV on the news and hear all this stuff about, COVID, whatever. I just pray for all that are being affected by it. I pray for the ones that are sick, the families who can't go see them, the essential workers, the people who lost their job. I just pray for all of them, and I rely on my good friend, a couple of them, to just let me know what's going on. So I'm understanding that it's not completely opening up, but there are some things that are opening up, to just kind of stimulate the economy or whatever they think they're doing. You don't get distracted. So before all this stuff just blows open and they open everything, why don't you write down some pros and cons that you have about this time of shelter in place? What things that you changed that were positive? What things really didn't work out for you? What things do you really want to incorporate when we get free, and what things that you don't? And put those in place. But I beg of you, if anything has to do with your family, don't take that out of the equation. If you were doing Friday night game nights, continue to do that. Your children, your spouse, whatever, they loved it. If you were taking time to just be with yourself and just meditate or whatever you were doing, if you was getting up early in the morning and doing yoga and all that good stuff, don't take that away. Find out what you can bring with you when the world opens up. Don't start lacking on your goals, on your visions, none of that. Do not get distracted. The enemy wants you to get distracted by all of that stuff in your face. All of that stuff that is opening back up is a distraction of what you know you need to be doing. Do not get distracted. Keep on track with your goals, because you do not want to look back 4 or 5 or 6 months from now. It's like, dang, I was this close to having all my credits to graduate, to get my degree. Oh man, I was this close to saving the money that I needed to buy a house. Oh, I was this close to writing the book, to writing the song. I was this close. Brandy had a song that say, almost doesn't count. It don't count. Don't get distracted. Stay focused. Stay with your vision, like with tunnel vision, just trying to see what you have to accomplish. It does not matter what everybody says, what everybody is doing. That doesn't matter. This time that you have to shelter in place was a time for you to get it in your mind of what you were supposed to do. What's your greatest assignment? What's your greatest purpose? What's your greatest agenda? What's the greatest priority of what you had to do for your life and for the life of the people that you take care of? Do not get distracted by these things opening up. Please do not get distracted. It's very important. Do not get distracted. So that's really all I wanted to say. It's very important, to me, and for me to stay focused in what I have to do for my life. What's on the back of my vision board? What do I need to do? What am I doing in this time that when things open back up, I may neglect? I don't have the time to neglect none of my assignments that God has given me. I don't have time to neglect none of my goals, okay? I've already done too much of that. So I am begging you and me to not let the world opening get us distracted. Stay focused. Stay on track. Stay the course, okay? Just endure it. You're going to win. It's yours. You're going to feel so good about yourself because you accomplished great things in your life. And you have a renewed outlook on your priorities. It's such a good feeling. So stay focused, don't get distracted, and you will win at this thing called life. All right. So again, like I always ask you guys, please share the video, please like the video, and please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. Share it on all your social media sites with your friends, share the video, send it in the text, all of these things. If you have been helped from it, they will probably be helped from it too. So thank you all. I hope you have a nice, safe weekend, and I'll see you guys next week. Be blessed.